What's up, everybody? Today is January 30th, 2024, and this is my second attempt at trying to make a video. My phone is so funky, it just shuts off for no reason, so I was sitting there talking and recording, and then all of a sudden it just shuts off. I really need like a legit, well, one, I need a new phone. I really need a new phone. But as far as for making YouTube videos, I really do need a legit camera. I really want that GoPro 10, I believe it is. Yeah, because, you know, as you guys know, I want to be serious about these YouTube videos. And if you're going to be serious about making YouTube videos, you know, if that's going to be your thing, you got to have a real camera. Or at least, at the very least, a phone that doesn't just randomly shut off on you. My phone is so messed up. It's been dropped and everything so many times. That's why it just shuts off and all that. So anyhow, so yeah, I was in the middle of just talking about, it's just normal stuff. Same thing this video is going to be about. Just saying hello. I haven't really made a video, just saying hello or whatever. Today is my Friday today. I'm working 6 days straight. This is my sixth today. You know, once I go to work, it's going to be my 6th day working. I've been doing 12-hour shifts for the last 3 days, I think. I did Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 12-hour shifts. Today, I'm not scheduled for 12 hours, but they'll randomly drop it on me. They'll be like, oh, whoa, there's a forced holdover. You gotta, you know, oh, do this. Someone called in and whatever. So, you know, it sucks. The only good thing about it is the money, because then you get time and a half pay. So, you know, I get more than my normal pay, which is good. Whatever. If anyone wants to figure it out on their own what my time and a half pay is, so my normal pay is $17.79 an hour. So time and a half. So basically, you divide that in half and then add it to $17.79. So it's like, I don't know, what is that? $25 an hour, something like that. So that's the only good thing. When I, you know, for the overtime hours, for like the, say, 3.5 hours of overtime, I'm making, say, $25 an hour. So that's good. Can't complain about that. But, you know, my body is still my body. I'm still 40 years old, 41 years old. And, you know, it's just hard. It's hard, but just do it, whatever. Other than that, yeah, so yeah, it is January 30th. We're almost done with 1 month of this year of 2024. I'm kind of excited to get to 2025, actually. Like 2024 just seems like an off number. I want to say even numbers, but 25 is not even. Like, you know, like flat numbers. Like 25 is right in the middle of, you know, between 20 and 30. So basically, I'm ready to go towards 2030. You know, go towards that direction. Yeah, because, you know, I love futuristic things like robots and AI and technology, and I'm really curious. You know, electric cars and all that kind of stuff, and I'm really curious what the future holds as far as all that kind of stuff. I'm all for it, man. I love technology and stuff like that. So yeah, so yeah. But 2024 just seems like a weird, like, in between year before we hit 2025. And here in the United States, we're gonna get a new president this year, or well, maybe get a new president, assuming Joe Biden doesn't get reelected. Speaking of which, I actually was going to make a video about this, but I'll just kind of talk about it a little bit here. I was actually wrong on my prediction. As you may know if you watch my videos, I made a prediction video about, I don't know, 2 months ago, something like that, about who I thought was going to be the next president, and I said Chris Christie. But Chris Christie dropped out of the presidential race, so I was wrong about that. As far as my other predictions, I also predicted that DeSantis was going to drop out and Vivek was going to drop out. So that happened. So I wasn't completely wrong. But yeah, so Chris Christie is not going to be the next president of the United States. But my other prediction was, I think I mentioned that if, in fact, Chris Christie, you know, for whatever reason, wasn't going to be the president, dropped out, whatever, then I thought the next likeliest candidate was Nikki Haley. I did mention that, not because she's any kind of great candidate and everything, but just because she's a female. And I do firmly believe that the United States will get its first female president within the next couple of election cycles, say by 2030 or whatever. So either now in 2024 and 2028. I think it's a pretty strong chance that again by 2030 we'll get a first female president. So that is not out of the question yet. On the Republican side, it's down to pretty much Nikki Haley and Donald Trump. And although Donald Trump is the favorite, you always got to think about the anti-vote, the anti-Trump vote, just as with Biden. So if you go back to the 2020 election, nobody really liked Joe Biden. So hold on. So let me stop for a second. So right now in 2024, I hear people say, "Oh, I never really hear anyone saying, that they like Nikki Haley and this and that." No, they don't. No one really particularly likes Nikki Haley, but she gets the anti-Trump vote. So so now let's go back to 2020. It was the same thing. Nobody liked Joe Biden. You never saw, you rarely, if ever, saw like a pro Joe Biden sticker or anything like that. Nobody really liked Joe Biden. He won because people didn't want Trump to be president. He got anti-Trump votes. That's how Biden became president. Not because anybody really particularly wanted Joe Biden to be president. They just didn't want Trump to be president. So anyhow, this is kind of a referendum on that with Nikki Haley on the in the Republican ticket. It's like you got however many people who actually do like Trump, the Trump supporters, but then you have the anti-Trump supporters, the never Trump supporters, the people who are never Trump, they don't want Trump to be president again. That's where Nikki Haley's getting her votes from. So if anyone's like, "Oh, I don't see where Nikki Haley's getting all these, these votes or the support from," it's not because anybody likes her. Don't get votes confused with somebody liking her. There's still a lot of people who don't want Trump to be president. So as far as who's going to be the Republican nominee, again, it's looking like it's either going to be Trump or Nikki Haley. It's really going to come down to basically, is there more people who will get out and vote for Trump, or will there be more people who will get out and vote against Trump and vote for Nikki Haley? That's really all it comes down to. Does Trump have more supporters, or does he have more anti-supporters? That's really all it's going to come down to. So. And then as far as on the Democrat side, whether Joe Biden will run again, I really, really doubt it. I mean, my opinion is worth a bucket of spit at this point, because like I said, I was wrong about Chris Christie, but I really don't believe Joe Biden is going to inevitably, stay running for president for 2024. He is so old, and he barely just hobbles around, and it's whatever. I really think the more likely scenario is that either he'll bow out and some other Democrat, whoever, will become, or if something happens to Joe Biden to where, say, he passes away, or as I mentioned, if say Joe Biden's doctor says, "Hey, I don't think he's fit to, do the, run the presidency or whatever anymore," or say his wife, Jill Biden, says, "Hey, I'm close to my husband, and I think his health is getting to the point I don't think he can do it anymore." If that happens, then the vice president becomes president automatically, which is Kamala Harris. And I've mentioned that before. So again, Kamala Harris is like this close to becoming president. And so she may just become the first female president just by default. Again, if something were to happen to Joe Biden, or he, whatever. And so that is a likely scenario. That's not like a moonshot or, win the lottery shot. That's a pretty likely scenario, So, but as far as the first woman elected president, it very well could be Nikki Haley. And I tell you what, it would be quite the general election if it did come down to, say, whatever reason, something happened to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris became the de facto president just because, she's vice president, moved up. And then Nikki Haley did, in fact, win the Republican nomination. So it came down to Nikki Haley versus Kamala Harris in the general election. Boy, that would be the most ultimate catfight you've ever seen. Hey, Becca, I have a question for you. So say it came down to Kamala Harris versus Nikki Haley. So we would get a woman president either way, right? Who would you prefer to be president? Nikki Haley or Kamala Harris? You know who Kamala Harris is, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either. But that would be interesting. I think that would be the most interesting scenario. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's that. That's politics. See what happens with that. But yeah, so that's 2024. Here in the United States, like I said, we got a presidential election coming up, and you know, technology is always advancing. I'm excited for it. You know, I see it every day at my work. As I told you guys, our factory is run like 90% by machines, and it's only going to get more. It's only going to get more. You know, these companies, they try to save as much money as possible, and so, you know, they phase out humans. You know, it's like, hey, can we get a machine to do this job? And then they phase out another set of workers. You know, and so yeah, it's going to get more. And I literally think about that at my work. You know, sometimes I look around our factory at work, and I look at what people are doing or whatever, and I think about the jobs. I'm like, which of these jobs are like going to go first? Because I guarantee you that my company and other companies, behind the scenes, they're sitting there working on, hey, what machines can we build or buy or whatever that could replace, you know, this job or that job, just so they can save some more money. It's gonna happen. You know, I literally sit there and think in my head. I said, if I could jump ahead 20 years, there would just be more robots and more machines at my job and less humans. Guaranteed. I guarantee. If you jump 20 years to the future, you go to my job now, it's literally going to be less people working and more machines. I mean, like 100%. I mean, sure enough, you know. And if you go back 20 years ago from right now to say 2000, it was less machines and more humans. And so yeah, so I as far as that prediction, I think that's going to continue. I don't think that that's going to stop the replacing of humans with machines or whatever. So anyhow, so that's that. And yeah, I'm getting close to the end of my probation period for my job. You know, they have a 3-month probation period when you start, and then after that, if they do decide to keep me, I become union. And so yeah, I'm about, say, 2.5 to 3 weeks away from that, to where they're either, you know, going to keep me and I become union, or for whatever reason they don't keep me. And if that happens, so I currently have a green hat. My hard hat is a green hat, if you've noticed. But if I become union, you'll see me with a white hat. So, but I'll make a video talk about that if I all of a sudden get my white hat. That's pretty much it. You know, I really wanted just to make this video just to say, hey, hello. You know, more food videos are gonna come. I noticed that you guys, you like doing the food video, like me doing the food videos, so those are gonna keep coming. You know, because I like eating, and you guys like watching me eat or talking about food. You know, and so that's definitely gonna keep coming. I love doing that. You know, I love reviewing new things. So I'll keep my eyes out and look out for new things, or you know, maybe try some older things that have been on the menu for a long time or whatever. You know, I just recently tried the double Big Mac from McDonald's, which I did not like, and I'm actually craving some pizza. And I'm working 6 days straight and I haven't had any pizza, so I'm kind of like, okay, I've worked 6 days straight, working about, like I said, about 50 hours. I deserve me some pizza. So you might see a pizza video pop up in the next couple of days. I'm craving some pizza. From where? I don't know, but yeah. So anyhow, hello. That's what I wanted to say. Hello, how are you? This is how I am. We're headed to Walmart right now, and that's your update. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.